Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm going to tell you some news here that goes a bit far and annoys many people, or at least it should annoy many people, and I'm sure you'll be frustrated with it as well. The ACLU of Tennessee has sued the Smith County school system over unlawful religious practice. Basically, they said they don't want any spirituality. They don't want any spiritual practices in their school system. Nashville's ACLU has decided to sue this small town county. Basically, this is Smith County is a small area. Very small. And their backwoods schools, they were having religious practices or spiritual practices. And yes, I know, listen, the Constitution states, the Constitution has the freedom of religious practices and religious liberties. But yes, there is the separation of church and state. But here's the thing. If the students are okay, you can't force someone. No one's forcing these students to feel a certain way or believe a certain thing. They're just acting like idiots, saying that these certain couple of students told their parents, and they made a big deal out of it, stating that, they're preaching Jesus. Oh no, they're preaching Jesus Christ. And, I mean, they act like that's the worst thing. They act like they cut their throat. In other countries, they do cut your throat. Especially for that. And it's getting that way in America that it's illegal to preach Jesus Christ, and that is just wrong. But yet they'll preach every type of orientation. They'll preach every type of, in the schools, every type of belief, the pillars of Islam, the belief of everything else, but yet they skim over Christianity or the believers in Jesus Christ. I consider myself, I don't delve into the religion. I am a person who is spiritual, and I believe in Jesus Christ as Savior, the ultimate sacrifice, Redeemer, forgiver of sins. And I'm spiritual. Elohim HaMashiach, Yeshua. But here we have the American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee. They filed federal lawsuits to end the widespread promotion of one particular religion, the belief in Jesus Christ in Smith County school system. They complained about them having a cross that was painted at the school. They said, breaking news, we just wanted to stop the widespread promotion from school-directed prayer during assemblies because, oh my goodness, heaven forbid that we have prayer. I mean, who wants to pray for things to be, oh my goodness. Anyway, during the school assemblies, yes, it does annoy you sometimes that they will allow prayer at NASCAR, they'll allow it at football games, but yet at schools they won't allow it. Like the most important things in existence are sporting events. That gets annoying. But the fact that they won't allow prayer at schools is annoying. They had to change prayer to a moment of silence every morning and do what you will during it at our school, but at the very end, but they still passed out Bibles. They still passed out Bibles at our school without a problem. But that ended, I guess, after 2013. But anyway, they said school prayer, distribution of Bibles during class. Oh no. Prayers broadcasted through loudspeakers at sporting events and at school and more at the Smith County school system. Because that's just like the worst thing they could ever do, right? Wrong. But yet they can preach about abortion, they can preach about everything else in school, teach it. Anyway, it's just, and they promote hate in these mind prisons. Alright, we are suing the Smith County school system in Tennessee because officials regularly incorporate prayer into their school events, and they preach to students, which is in violation of the separation of church and state. They said that they apparently incorporated their prayer into various school events, including assemblies, athletic games, and graduation. They prayed at graduation. Whoop-de-doo. School officials gave Gideons The Gideon's Bibles, those have been given out since the 40s, 50s, 60s, you name it, all the way even to when I was in high school. They gave Gideon Bibles out into 5th grade classrooms to distribute Bibles. They don't want them to teach any type of morals, any type of beliefs, anything in school. Particularly discrimination against Jesus Christ. We knew this time was coming, though. But, moving on, it says, teachers would say students would be better off if they had Jesus in their life. And the problem is, teachers were in trouble for saying that students needed Jesus Christ in their life. They stated that all the time in my school. They said, you need Jesus. You need Jesus to different students. They said, man, y'all need Jesus. Even the students said it. But saying that you need Jesus Christ in your life is the worst thing ever, according to the ACLU. School officials posted religious quotations, Bible verses, and symbols through the school. They had symbols of crosses and symbols, spiritual symbols of Jesus Christ throughout the school. Coaches would pray with students before practices and games. They even complained about the fact that teachers would pray with students that felt like they needed prayer. That was considered a crime. It goes on to say the federal lawsuit was brought on by 2 families. Out of the hundreds and hundreds of students' families, 2 families caused the whole thing to break down. And alleged that school officials regularly incorporated prayer into the school events, attempted to convert students to Jesus Christ. They attempted to convert students to Jesus Christ, and that's a problem. Really. Boy. It violated the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. The unlawful, they can push everything else in your face, but yet that's a crime? The unlawful activities have reportedly been going on for several school years. The activities include school-directed prayer during mandatory assemblies, the distribution of and display of Bibles during classes. Bible verses were posted in hallways because the worst thing apparently you can have for students is guidance. Bible verses being posted in hallways, and they shared Bible verses in notes from school staff to the students. Prayers were broadcasted over loudspeakers at school sporting events because apparently these parents found it to be a crime to send prayers in love and do a moment of silence over the loudspeaker for prayer. Coaches would lead in participating in prayer with student athletes, and they would even have large crosses painted on the wall of the school athletic facility. And if the students and teachers want to do that, and the academics, the people, the staff there want to do that, and they're all okay with it, as a majority, they should be able to do that. We had crosses, we had Bible verses, we had everything even written on the walls. We had the 10 Commandments on our school hallway wall. And one of the halls in the school, the main hall, near the office. That was just normal. That was normal for us. Now, they're warping minds into thinking that it's just the worst thing ever to believe in God and be spiritual, and the worst of all, they feel, to believe in Jesus Christ. And that's awful. They make students feel like that it's a crime and they've done something wrong. They make elementary students feel like they've done something horrible, when before it was a beautiful thing to believe in Jesus Christ. It was very sweet. And they're corrupting the minds of children. This is sad and it's annoying. Yes, we all have our lapses of faith. I do as well. But I just get tired of the government rule telling people what they can and can't do. The complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the Middle Tennessee District of Tennessee can be found here. Families are hoping to put an immediate end to the spiritual practices. This is just pathetic. It's been going on for a long time, but it's pathetic. It really took off during the last administration. And you know who that was. OBAMA. But they even had people get up on TV a few days ago. The local individual, Bill Hall, could not stand that. And they were promoting atheism and stating that, I think that atheism brings people together and more people should be atheist and not believe in God. That it brings people together. That, oh man, it's just, and they said they need to be more inclusive of them in our lawmaking, in our schools and everything else, in our system, our daily lives, and that they want to do the majority rule. And it's just wrong to take away people's spirituality. It really is. They had to, hopefully, they said, immediately end the use of prayer and religious imagery in their school. Any type of spiritual imagery. Particularly of one belief, and that's in Jesus Christ. They don't even want the coaches or the teachers to pray with students anymore. This is wrong. This is really wrong. They said a few parents, just a couple of parents, connected with the school system, defended and treated with utmost seriousness. The situation will be ended immediately. It's wrong for the public schools to make any family feel second-class citizens because of our beliefs. Butler and his children are atheists, as are Cars and their children. They said the family's accounts span several school years and include things like school-directed prayer, Bible verses. They're offended by Bible verses, prayer, and students and teachers and staff praying on the broadcasted speakers. It offended them. If they don't like it, close your ears, look away. That's what they say about everything else. If you don't like it, look away. You can't let this continue to happen. I'll keep you updated on what happens, but they want to put an end to spirituality, particularly those who believe in Jesus Christ. Those of us who believe in Jesus Christ. I feel sorry for the children being controlled and made to feel like it's a crime. That's all for this video. I'll think of what to title it in a moment. God bless. Peace.